Willkommen, bienvenue, and welcome back to my channel. So, I made a little bit of a promise that I don't think I could have handled without at least a little bit of support. So, I want to give a big shout out and a big thanks to hubby for being so patient, because this was his birthday present on the 20th of last month. But due to work and scheduling, this is the first time I've actually been able to do it. So I said his birthday present was going to be a full room redo. Now, he loves Star Wars and Harry Potter and also Winnie the Pooh. So I had to come up with a way of putting everything together as one. Now, not everything in our full collection is going to go into his bedroom, but primarily a lot of our collectibles are, once we get them all put together and found, because a lot of the stuff is still up in the attic. I don't know where any of it is. So, go ahead and enjoy the video, and I'll see you at the end. I don't know why I always forget about taking video. So, I primed it. It's one of those little broom holders. I popped out the little fitting part with the rubber so I wouldn't spray paint that, and I screwed it to one of those shelf things that I used for doing the guest room. And then once that's dry, I'm going to go ahead and spray paint it metallic silver. It looks gold, but it's actually silver. So, and then that'll be the mount for the lightsaber, and that'll be attached to the wall. Let's see how this works out, because still haven't painted it silver yet, and this is still wet, and it's already dusk. So, why do I do these things late at night when I gotta be up at 3 in the morning? I don't know. Okay, so I've cleaned, well, I haven't really cleaned. I've covered everything that needs to be covered. I turned off the AC unit. I am going to open the windows, but because they are doing yard work outside, it's going to be kind of noisy, so it'll probably be voiceover. I don't know yet. And yeah, I got to open the windows to get some fresh air in here while I'm painting, but I still need to sweep, and I still need to tape everything off. I also need to remove the outlet cover. So let's go ahead and get that stuff, okay? One, I am completely out of breath running up and down stairs constantly, but let me go ahead and sweep this area up. As you can see, I used some old bed sheets for drop cloths pretty much to protect the bed and anything else around it. But do wear something that you don't care about. I am wearing a pair of jeans that has a hole in it, and a pair of house shoes that I got at the dollar store, and an old t-shirt, because, you know, it's gonna get dirty, and you don't want that all over your clothes that you actually care about. So I got these drop cloths off of Walmart clearance section. You can get them at any hardware store. Essentially, it's tape with a drop cloth on it, and you just basically peel it off and tape it off, and then unfold it. So I also have a pair of scissors, so let's go ahead and get that done. I found when working with the tape drop cloth is to just go ahead and give good even pressure when applying it to the wall, so that you don't have any leak under. Now, I did have some leak under and had to go back with some white paint along the baseboard and paint and touch that back up again. But again, it kept all the paint off of the floor, and it basically kept the whole area clean. It was super slick, so be careful when walking on something like this, and be careful just in general so you don't hurt yourself and or knock over your paints. But it's doable. So it's a lot of running up and down the stairs. So I have the microphone over there because I don't want paint all over it. So hopefully this will work. And have the paint, which is Studio Color from Walmart. I don't remember how much it was, but I know it was under $30. So I'm gonna go ahead and tuck this in so I don't get paint on it. And may have to go downstairs and find another paintbrush because it's all kind of screwed up on this one. Oh, thank you. They actually provided a paint key with this. So I got this little paint tray set off Amazon, so it can allow me to do at least 3 colors. But I'm only going to be doing 2, black and white. So this is a satin because, again, I wanted to give it a little bit of shine. First things first is I'm going to go ahead and cut it in. Do I have any tips on how to pour paint? No. So, the only way I can do it is to loop. Pick it up, take the brush, and try not to make a complete 100% mess, obviously. So, here we go. I am working with a latex paint that is low odor, so having the windows open did help. Also, it did require 2 coats because it is a dark pigment and it does need a lot more coverage. So this is only coat 1. Just cut in as careful as you can. I have it all trimmed out, and obviously you can hear the construction outside because they're being really loud by cutting up some trees. So time lapse and go ahead and roll this out so that we can actually get started on the second coat. So see ya. I started off first using the roller by hand, but then I remembered I had a broom in the room with me. So then I went ahead and screwed that on to the handle itself and continue rolling as careful as I can not to hit the ceiling or the other walls. Okay, so this is coat number 1, and it's gonna need some time to dry. So I'm gonna go downstairs and get a fan to blow on it, and then I'll go ahead and do coat 2. You hear them? So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Well, I did get a little bit on the wall, right there, and right there. But otherwise, it's looking pretty good for, you know, coat number 1. Just need to let it dry for at least, I would say, 30 to 40 minutes. So come back in a little bit. Make sure you cover your paint and stuff like that. And I'm again wearing shoes that I will not walk off the mat for. So I've already got a tear in it too. So hopefully no more paint stain goes anywhere else. So just let it dry. Okay, so the second coat is dry, and I have a couple things that I'm going to use. So as you can see here, I broke a hanger, but it's one of those velvet hangers, so hopefully it'll work like a paintbrush. I also have two little paintbrushes that I can go ahead and play around with and see which one will work the best. But the one thing I have is my laser tool again. I have to measure out the wall and the height and find dead center. So I'm going to go run downstairs and grab a tape measure, figure that measurement out, and then we can go ahead and get started with the white paint. Hopefully I have enough of it, because all I have is about half of this. So again, hopefully I have enough. If not, my husband's gonna be sleeping in a room that has only half the amount of paint. So let's go ahead and get started, okay? So the first thing I did is I took the measurements and found pretty much dead center of my wall. Took the length and the width and found it. Put my laser tool in the middle, and then I dipped the velvet hanger that I had in the paint and just followed the laser as it went around the room. As you can see here, they're not 100% straight because in some areas it did disappear due to the lighting. But I just did the best I could do and added some dots. And a little bit of spray paint just to add to the effect. Okay. So here is the Star Wars wall. It's not the best in the world, but again, this is the first time I've ever tried to create something like this. So it's supposed to be the very center. The Star Wars sign's gonna go right there. I gotta do some touch up, but I gotta remove the drop cloth first, and then I have to clean up a little bit and then push the bed back in place, and then I can go ahead and start staging the room. So let's go ahead and try to get that done before hubby's home. It's already like 1 o'clock. He should be home in about 4 hours, so hopefully I can get this done. Bye. Some things I did buy off Amazon was this lamp. I thought it looked like something from the lava at the bottom, even though they're just salt rocks. And yeah, so I thought it was kind of cute. And it also allowed me to have 2 USB plugs on it so that hubby can charge his watch and his phone overnight versus having to use all the different plugs. So it was something that I thought looked cute. And this is what it all looks like. But you can't forget the Mountain Dew because that's his favorite drink. Star here. This is one of those peel and stick vinyls that's pre-cut. You just follow the instructions and rub it off. It is a little bit tricky to get it off and stuck to the paint, but as you can see here, all I did was use a credit card to smooth it out. Okay, so when you do this, make sure your paint is dry. 100%, I did not. So there's a couple little splotches. But now I can push the bed into place and change out all the linens.
En harmonie avec la force, j'atteins mon seuil de midi-chlorien. Je suis surdoué, près de vous je m'ennuie. Voir vos gueules ça ne me dit plus rien. Laisse-moi faire, laisse-toi faire. Je contrôle tes pensées d'un geste de la main. Omnibulé par les mots qui sortent de ma bouche stoïque. Tu ne dis plus rien, j'étouffe ma colère pour mieux maîtriser ma vengeance. Ils flirtent avec l'incompétence, quand moi je galoche l'excellence. Ils sont sans importance, mais je garde un œil sur eux, c'est des gibiers de potence. Je maîtrise mes pouvoirs et manie la force avec prudence. Maintenant les gens croient que faire du son c'est comme s'inscrire au foot. S'inscrire, enculez-vous les uns les autres, j'en ai plus rien à foutre. Entouré d'MC c'est repos, je vais les cautériser au sable laser. Je peux plus risquer de me faire contaminer par tout ce qui déblatère. Je suis carnivore, t'es végétarien, mon sang est...
Welcome back. And I really hope that you enjoyed that video and that you do like, share, follow, and comment below. Because you never know who the next Jedi is gonna be. So, see you next time.